Hey friends, welcome back. I think I have a new version of the randomizer script, and I want to point out a little something that took me a little while to figure out, and that might be helpful for you. So first, let me just show you what we've got here. So I have basically a script here, which is my music randomizer script, and I won't go into it deeply here, but I'm going to just show you what it is. Oh, let's see here. It's probably better if you see it when I don't have a bunch of stuff everywhere. I don't know if it matters that much, but oh, get over there. There we go. So you can see down the bottom corner, I have a little visual, the text, and then the music itself. And every time I start, I basically am selecting a different track. All right. So, and you can see this also, there's some bugs right now on the Shmup Creator side, so don't sweat all the things that are highlighted. But for instance, there you go. You can see which one was randomly selected here. And the one that's randomly selected here. Same thing. That's the second Astral Courage. So, and then as it goes through the music itself, I can explain the other bits here a little bit more in detail, but then it will go into a new randomizer. I basically have 14 music tracks, and I will show you how I did this. This is more optimum than the last version I did. So, but before I jump into that, let me just explain to you the trick. This was important. So I've been able to reduce the complexity of my scripting with the engine to reduce bugs and to let's see here, and just to be more efficient. So anytime you can reduce the complexity and it works as expected, you have less need. Ideally, you'll have less bugs that you need to debug. Okay, so first off, what I do is I just have a little countdown timer that triggers when the camera sees it. So this could be this could be any kind of gameplay trigger you want it to. Then you have the randomizer probability, which we've kind of covered in the past. So just real quick here. So choose randomly a number between 0 and this range. So for instance, if you set this to 2, God, I'm dying. 1 second. I had to cough my head out. I'm getting over a cold. So if you change it to 2, that would be a 50% chance that this die roll is either going to be true or false. So flip a coin, right? And so this just makes it easier to understand. And so if it is true, so in that case, so if it is true, then we do a couple things. So one is we trigger the text object, we trigger the graphic object, and then we trigger the music track that we want to play. Now, here's the really important thing. This is worth all the wait. So if you take a trigger and you set it to connected entity state is all dead, and then you connect the input for this to the output of the randomizer, when the randomizer does not come up as true, it will be false, and that will then trigger this trigger state. Yes, I know it doesn't make sense because it's like the entity state and it's dead. It's just the way it's scripted in the engine. Nothing I can do about it. So for instance, there you go. You can see that it's that's it. So and that makes the object super useful, right? And then we just basically do the same thing where when we do get that condition, we do the same thing. So we have the visual, the name of the track, and then we have the music track itself. Okay, cool. So that's pretty much it. Now for bonus bits, if you won't. So basically, what I have here now that you've seen that is, so because I have 14 tracks, you'll probably what you want to do is you got to think of probability because we only have whole numbers and not partial numbers. But you can easily type into ChatGPT, hey, I've got 14 options, and I only have whole numbers for the probability check, and it will tell you what's closest, right? So this isn't exactly weighted equally across all of the potential options that could be rolled, and so it is what it is. So. It's not that big of a deal. A few tracks will come up a little bit less often than some of the other tracks. So it works for our case. And so what we do here is just, you've seen all these bits, and we do a couple things. So one is when the condition is true, basically we go into the randomized object. In our case, on on an X chance of 5 is closest for awaiting each of these outcomes. And then you already know about all this. And then the other piece that we do here is that when it is true and we do play the music track, what I did is I basically, and your mileage is going to vary a little bit on the engine side. There might be other things for this, but I basically just broke the track down into seconds. So the duration in this case is 186 seconds for that music track. And then I gave a little extra, like 1 extra second just to have a little room so the tracks aren't stepping on each other. And then if that is then once the music track is done, then we kick into the next block and we basically do the same thing. So, and in these blocks, basically, if the condition check is true, play the music. If not, then we come down in here and we try again to either make the condition true or not. And then we rinse and repeat this so you can see how these are all connected together. So and so and so. So that's the base logic for it. Hope that is helpful. Talk to you soon.